Hello, my name is Shyam Ranjan, and this is my final literature review project Cognitive Offloading and the Risk of Cognitive Surrender in the Age of Generative AI. My central claim is that large language models are powerful cognitive tools, but their fluency can make users confuse external reasoning with their own understanding. This project began with a personal learning moment. I used an LLM to help me understand a difficult programming concept, and in the moment, the explanation felt really clear and useful. But the next day, when I tried to explain the same idea without the tool, I realized I could not really reconstruct it on my own. That made me wonder whether I had actually learned the concept or whether I had only followed the model's reasoning. This is a literature review, not an experiment. My research question is, how does routine reliance on generative AI for brainstorming, drafting, and information retrieval affect semantic memory retrieval, problem solving strategies, and metacognitive monitoring? I focus on three dimensions: whether users can reconstruct concepts without the model, whether the tool begins to organize the reasoning steps for them, and whether users can tell what they know versus what the model supplied. I approach this question through four cognitive science frameworks: cognitive offloading, extended mind, transaction memory, metacognition. Together, these frameworks help explain how people distribute cognitive work across tools, how external systems can become part of cognition, how people remember where information is stored, and how they monitor what they actually understand. I used a two-phase literature review design first. I reviewed foundational cognitive science literature, then I examined recent work on generative AI in learning, writing, programming, and professional setting. My search began with 143 results and narrowed down to around 17 central sources and 3 contextual sources. Over time, the review became more focused on metacognitive collaboration, meaning the gap between feeling that you understand something and being able to reconstruct it without help. My first finding is that LLMs change what gets offloaded. Earlier tools such as calculators, GPS, notes, and search engines usually offload bounded tasks like arithmetic, navigation, storage, or retrieval. LLMs can also generate explanations, organize ideas, and propose reasoning chains. My second finding is that fluent AI output can distort metacognitive monitoring. A polished explanation can create a feeling of knowing even when the user has not independently reconstructed the reasoning. This connects to earlier work on the illusion of explanatory depth and the internet knowledge illusion. My third finding is what I call cognitive surrender. I use this as a working term for the unethical and habitual delegation of higher order reasoning to AI without active evaluation or reconstruction. The key distinction is not use versus no use. The real distinction is between active reflective use, whether AI scaffolds thinking, and passive use, where the output starts to substitute for the user's own reasoning. The practical question then is how to keep the user cognitive active while using AI. In education, that means assessing unaided transfer, explanation, delayed recall, and error detection, not just polished AI assisted products. In workplaces, though, it means requiring assumptions, evidence, uncertainty flags, and verification before accepting generated recommendation. There are important limitations. Long term evidence on LLM specific cognitive effects is still limited, and this review also draws on adjacent research from search, automation, navigation, and retrieval practice. Cognitive surrender is also a proposed construct rather than an established measure. A strong next step would be a longitudinal study comparing unrestricted LLM use with a scaffolded AI use that requires self explanation and then measuring recall, transfer, calibration, and error detection. To conclude, LLMs are different from earlier tools because they can offload not only storage or retrieval, but also explanation and reasoning. Their fluency can make users mistake smooth external reasoning for genuine understanding. My main argument is that the best outcomes come when AI is used as a scaffold for thinking rather than as a substitute for you. Thank you. If needed, I would simply note that the remaining slides include the project plan summary and selected references from the final report.